Labour's top team throughout the election, the same message. No surprises on tax.
There is absolutely nothing in our manifesto, absolutely nothing in our plan that requires any increases in taxes.
I'm not wanting to raise tax. I think people are taxed too much already.
Everybody's expecting you to get into power if you win the election, declare that there's a much bigger black hole than you're expected because of the Tory mess. Your plans might change.
There are no further increases in tax.
But this is what they now want to fix. Crumbling buildings, failing services, problems on a scale they claimed they could not have foreseen. Now they say taxes must go up to pay the costs.
Said what they're going to build.
And a public impatient for change.
It's been the story for the last number of years, decades. Neglect and disinterest, really.
All talk, isn't it? No action. I voted Labour.
And what do you think now?
I wished I'd voted Conservative.
Promises to places like this in the Tees Valley are easy to make, but will the change of government make the difference that people want to see?
What I'm hearing from, well, everyone is that this budget is massive. It's intended to change the way this country is governed and financed. And inevitably, that concentrates power in the hands of the people that write it. The Treasury, whose northern headquarters are behind me. But not everyone is comfortable about that.
The Treasury has been massively frustrating to date.
Ahead of the budget, I've been talking to England's mayors, the people Keir Starmer thinks will do most to transform Britain. Even Labour mayors think the system is broken and are asking the new government to fix it.
The current system is that they pretty much tell us how we've got to spend nearly every penny of the funding that we receive.
Wednesday's budget will see big checks for new housing, roads and technology, with growth the government's priority. But with spending squeezed elsewhere, will this hold back Britain? This Tory mayor warns big projects may not happen if only some things are funded.
It's very easy to write out a big cheque, but if you don't have that money and that infrastructure, people don't feel like their area has been improved. So capital spending, yes, it's important, but it doesn't necessarily change people's lives unless you do that day-to-day spending as well.
He claims a change of mindset in Whitehall is the bigger challenge.
Well, I've now seen only a couple of months of a Labour government, but having worked under a Conservative government, it doesn't, for me, really matter who's been in charge. The Treasury is a very difficult department to deal with. They know the cost of everything and the value of nothing.
Hundreds of miles south in the West Midlands, this new Labour mayor wants to encourage more high-tech investments in his patch.
It is a really serious situation.
But worried that councils going bust needs the Chancellor's attention.
I certainly don't want to be a mayor for a region where our local authorities are on their knees. The local government has a funding issue, and I'm hoping the government will start to put in place some long-term plans.
Not the kind of cash injection that they could really do with right now?
There's no doubt that local authorities need a cash injection if they're going to deliver what they need for their communities.
A Chancellor rebuilding Britain, shovelling cash into big projects, but still squeezing the budgets of some. Those tasked with delivering don't yet know whether they'll get what they need. Sam Coates, Sky News, Coventry.